Hey guys, this is FPL Tips and welcome to our live stream. Hey Jack the block. I hope you can see my screen and can hear my voice clearly. Hey Jack, can you hear me? Okay, so let's start today's live stream. We've got a couple of questions to answer. So I'll be scrolling through your questions and looking at the live chat and we'll be answering to all of your questions. I've received some of your questions on Instagram too, so I'll answer them here as well. First of all, have you guys qualified for the FPL Cup? The qualification game week score should be 53. So Jack, have you qualified? Okay, no response from Jack. Okay, so first question is hold or sell Pulisic. Okay, and if sell, good any good replacements? Jack got 73, but a hard opponent next round. Jack, uh, tell us your opponent's team, and maybe you can formulate a strategy against him. Hi RSD Extreme. Who should I replace Sterling with, and should I sell Zaha? If you own Zaha, keep him for another 2 3 game weeks. He has easy fixtures, maybe till game week 18 because Liverpool and West Ham have a blank over there. If not, sell him for Grealish, and maybe that's a perfect replacement for Sterling. If you want to take a risk on City, which I am taking too, I have bought De Bruyne for Sterling. Yes, they have tough fixtures. They have Arsenal, they have Leicester, they have Wolves and Sheffield. But I think City is going to come back hard and going to thrash Arsenal, who have one of the weakest defense in the Premier League. So if you're looking at a Sterling replacement, go for De Bruyne. Or you could go for Son. I do not have Son. I have his counterpart Ali. That's merely because of the price. But if you want to go for a Tottenham asset, go for Son. If for a City asset, go for De Bruyne. Sorry for the cough. I have a bit of cold and cough. I have Isco Inferno next round. Don't know his ID though. No problem. Maybe if you can share his team, some players, which 11 did he play last game week? Maybe you could formulate a strategy around that. Okay, so coming back to Lukman Lakhil's answer. Question is that hold or sell Pulisic? If sell, any good replacements? If you own Pulisic, maybe you want to hold him for another game week. Chelsea face Bournemouth at home and then Tottenham. Maybe you can keep him for the Bournemouth fixture. If you have Pulisic, keep him for the Bournemouth fixture. If you have Mount, maybe you can switch him for Grealish. Grealish is a really good run of fixtures. And Pulisic for the Bournemouth fixtures. If you have Abraham, hold him for the Bournemouth fixtures. See, going to Grealish, you see he has a good run of fixtures. They face Sheffield, Southampton, Norwich, West Ham, and Burnley. I think Grealish coming at a price of 6 million is really cheap. He also might rise in price before this game week. So if you're planning on to getting him, maybe you want to get him before the price rise. Hey Matthew, Robertson out after Watford. If you're talking in context for the blank game week, I would suggest you to keep bench him because Liverpool do not have that bad fixtures after them. After Watford, they have a blank. They have Leicester, Wolves, Sheffield. Leicester and Wolves both play defensively deep, so it's not gonna be easy for them to score against Liverpool. So you can just bench him if you have other alternatives. If not, you can sell him. Okay, Jack has sent me the team. Schmeichel, Lundstrom, Kelly, Trent, Soyuncu, Salah, Mount, Sterling, Jesus, Moses, Vardy. I think it's not that a strong team. Maybe you can beat him with your team. You could bring in Marshall or Rashford to play as a differential. Yes, Sterling, Jesus. Well, that's fine. I don't see Jesus scoring a lot of goals in the next match. Lundstrom, Kelly, Trent, Soyuncu, Salah. Maybe if you have Mane, captain Vardy and Mane and Vardy or Mane, and try bringing Rashford into a team, Rashford or Marshall. They could be the differentials. Hi, Mary. Yajat asked me, I got 61 last week. I captained Kevin De Bruyne. Somehow made it into the cup. In the next, I have Paprika FC in the round. Sorry, Yajat, I have no idea what Paprika FC's team is. Although, if you've got 61 with Kevin De Bruyne as your captain, you must have a really decent team with Spurs Asses and Vardy in your team. So it shouldn't be a problem. Try looking for one differential player who could get you through to the only strategy like I follow when I'm going into a cup match is having one differential player and trying to nail my captain. For captain, go for Wadi. He's the most safest captain. Most people are going to captain him. So even if your opponent captains him, it's not going to be a difference. And try playing one differential player because that differential player can get you through. You brought in Jack has brought in Ali and Rashford for a -4 hit this game week. Yes, those two players are perfectly fine. Jack, I think I suggested you them in the DM of our Instagram page, so it should be fine. Yajat Devs asked that is Ings a differential player? With Ings is that he has got a couple of tricky fixtures, although they face West Ham at home. But I think West Ham might bounce back as they play really strong against the mid-table teams. Although if your opponent does not have Ings, he could prove a differential with around 7-8 points. So yeah, do play Ings if you have him and your opponent does not have him. Any other questions, Yajat? Mary Jane says I'm dropping Tillemans for Marshall or Madison. Marshall because of Everton is ridiculous. He's almost 10 goals versus them. Yes, Mary. Marshall is also in our watch list for game week 17. If you're dropping Tillemans, do try getting in Marshall. Maybe he could score a goal or give an assist. Yes, Tielemans has had chances. Last game he had two straight chances of scoring a goal, but he hasn't been that clinical. I think dropping him for Marshall is a better option. Matthew Paul says Pope, Lundstrom, Soyuncu, Robertson, Persic, Son, Kirby, Madison, Mane, Wadi Abraham. You have two free transfers and you have 0 million in the bank. Okay, with Pope, hold Pope, Lundstrom, Soyuncu, Robertson, Pulisic. Maybe you want to rotate Pulisic to Marshall. That would give you the Manchester United attack asset as well. Sun, KDB, Madison are all fine. Mane is fine. And you could go with a 3-5-2, conventional 3-5-2. Maybe try playing Kelly in for, I think, Soyuncu. Because no, not Soyuncu. Maybe for Lundstrom because they have been defensively weak. Because Kelly has been strong. If you want another transfer, maybe Pope out for Guerta. Yes, Mary, no problem. Do like the video. Guys, do like the video if you like the content we're posting. Okay, if you are all Yajat, if you already have Guetta as your keeper, then do not play Kelly. Trent, Soyuncu, and Lundstrom maybe play Soyuncu because Norwich do not have a great attacking team, and they play away at Leicester at the King Power Stadium, so that should be fine. And play Trent, but also let me remind you guys that Trent might be benched. Trent or Robertson might be benched because looking into there are two things because Trent is already on four yellow cards. So if he gets another yellow card, he'll miss game week 19 against Leicester. Also, they have a blank in game week 18 where they play the Club World Cup. Klopp might want to rest his players for the World Cup. So do keep a look on that things as well, guys. Also, tonight's UCL fixtures, so maybe there might be injuries. You want to keep a look at that as well. Yazid, if you can play one, play Soyuncu. Okay, guys, since we do not have any other live questions, the next question I was asked on Instagram was by Danny Ings. If you're looking him for a 1 week buy, you should buy Danny Ings. If you're looking him as a long term option, I don't think Danny is going to be a great long term option because after Aston Villa, he faces Chelsea, Crystal, Tottenham, Leicester. Although Crystal is not a big six team, but at home, Crystal are also defensively great. So if you're buying him right now for another 1 or 2 weeks, go for it. If not, if you're looking for a long term option, but then don't go for Ings. Yajat says I meant three. It's okay, Yajat. Anyway, I got it cleared. So if you're looking for three, play Tas or Yanshu and last time. Yes, you can double up on Crystal, but I don't think so. Brighton is gonna keep a nil-nil game. I think Brighton will score, so a double up on Crystal is gonna be hard. Next question is by Rashford, by Mohit Khakkar. If that's your concern, if you do not have Rashford or Marshall, I think you should go for Rashford, and you should buy Rashford. The optimal and the most prime or priority forward line you should have is Vardy, Rashford, and Abraham. As you can see on the screen, I brought Rashford this game week, the current game week 17. I brought him before his price rise. And you ought to have these attackers. You cannot let them go. These are the ones who have the easiest fixtures, who are in form. A lot of people have asked me that do they hold on Jimenez or not. Honestly, if you do not have the budget to upgrade him to Rashford, then you have to hold him for his game week 18 Norwich fixture. But if you can make the money, if you have the budget, then upgrade him to Rashford. Matthew Paul says Rashford or Ali. That's a tough one, Matthew. I would go with Rashford because Rashford has an edge over fixtures. He's on like dead balls. He takes the penalty. He takes the free kicks. He faces Everton, Watford, Newcastle, and Burnley in his next four. On the other hand, Ali is playing great under Mourinho, but his next four fixtures are Wolves, Chelsea, Brighton, and Norwich. Out of which two I think are really harsh, and Rashford has a edge over him due to his penalties and free kicks. Okay, the next question Mohit Khakkar has asked me is drop Aubameyang. No, I don't think if you have Aubameyang, hold on to him. He's been performing in the striker role really well all season long. He yesterday again played in the striker and scored a goal and gave an assist. So I think as long as he is playing in the striker role, you should hold on to him and keep him in your team. Varun Bava asks me, is it a safe idea to drop De Bruyne for Sun after 1 2 game weeks? Yes, you can keep De Bruyne for another 1 or 2 game week. Maybe after Tottenham's fixture to Chelsea, you can drop him for Sun. Another frequently asked questions we had on Instagram was who to buy, Rashford or Martial. If you can afford Rashford, I would really recommend you bringing in Rashford. This is the time to bring in him. This is the point where he is only owned by 21 or 22% people, and 22 to be exact. And this is the time where you'll get the benefit of the points. See, the logic behind here is if Vardy scores, 50% of the teams have Vardy, 50% of people have the same points. So the difference you create in your mini leagues or in general in your overall rank is not that great. If you buy Rashford now, you also get his like the budget value. You'll increase your budget value. You increase your team value. Also, you'll score those differential points. Yes, if he blanks this week, Matthew Pulisic is a must sell. Hold him only onto this week. See if he performs. If he does not, sell him. Another question we have on Instagram is keep Abraham or sell for Jimenez. If you own Abraham, you ought to play him against Bournemouth at home. If he fails to perform, maybe then for 1 game week, for only game week 18, sell him for Jimenez. Guys, if you like this stream, do hit the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll be doing this a lot of times in the upcoming game weeks. If you like the live stream, if you want to do it more than once in a week, mention in the comments. Matthew says if KDB blanks, then what? If KDB blanks, I would still keep him for another game week because there are not a lot of premium options for game week 18. Plus, the hunger City shows and the need of victory City needs to win the title or even contest in the title race makes Kevin De Bruyne a really important player for City. And I think Kevin De Bruyne is due a big game week, and it could be in the next 2 game weeks. Yajat Dev is thinking of getting Rashford for Inks the next game week and sell Trent for Aurier. Yes, next game week it does sound like a sensible or move, especially with Trent's blank game week. I think it should be a great move. Abhishek says Rashford for Jimenez. Yes, it's a safe pick, Abhishek. I I myself did the transfer this game week. I have already done my transfers due to the price rise and due to the budget crunch I had. I sold Sterling and Jimenez for Kevin De Bruyne and Rashford. I think Rashford for Jimenez is a safe pick. Okay, so the next question we have is getting rid of Sterling, who shall I get? I've already answered this in the stream before. Although, if you're getting rid of Sterling, for now, bring in De Bruyne if you can afford him, or if you want to take a pick on City's players. If not, bring in Son. Hey guys, can you hear me clearly? I think there was a minor problem in. Okay, out of these defenders, I think yet again I'm gonna bench Kelly because they face Brighton. Also, Lundstrom face Aston Villa. I think Aston Villa could score, but I cannot overlook the fact that Lundstrom is going to play as an attacking midfielder and being listed as a defender. Yeah, I think there is another. Guys, can you hear me? Mention in the live chat. Yes, Abhishek, I think I've answered your question. You ought to keep him this game week. Also, I think I might even give him the armband because I think him as a differential captain against City. So yeah, maybe. Let's see. Okay, the next question from Instagram is who to captain by Sherlock Shadman. Guys, we will be releasing our captain picks video tomorrow afternoon. So don't forget to follow us on Instagram to receive the notification there and also subscribe to our channel. And we'll be releasing the video tomorrow afternoon. Next question is, do you think that taking minus 4 hits consistently is a good strategy when your players have very bad fixtures? Taking minus 2 hits consistently can hit you at some moment of the game. Taking hits, like, personally, we have money leagues and private leagues where we have manager of the months. So I prefer taking hits in the starting of the month so that at the end of the month I do not have to take a minus hit again. I think this strategy is a better one. Taking hits, maybe banking two defenders and then taking a hit in the third week offers you much more. Abhishek is asking me what is the best fixture and who will be to carry the triple captainship. Abhishek, if you are willing to use the triple captainship, I must suggest you that do not use it this game week or any upcoming game week for a while. Wait for the double game weeks to come in. At those moments, players would have double fixtures. They'll play both fixtures. Suppose if Vardy, he's gonna start both the fixtures. So you have a more chance to score more points then. For example, if you triple captain Vardy against Norwich and he does not score, you get 2 into 3, 6 points. If the same scenario happens in a double game week, you still get 12 points. I think you can see the difference. So do not use a triple captainship right away. Wait for a double game week, hopefully, and try captaining a midfielder in a double game week. Next question is by Dhruv, replacement for Zaha. If you own Zaha, Dhruv, I think you should just hold on to him for another 2 or 3 game weeks. He is not playing his best. Maybe he could get a return against Brighton at home this game week. If not, transfer him out for Grealish. Shubham Jain is asking me Kane, Pulisic, or Abraham's son. Honestly, if you have this doubt, if you have this dilemma, go for Abraham and Son. They're the most safest picks in FPL right now. They have been providing points continuously in game week in and out. I think you should stick to Son and Abraham. Next question is by Shing underscore 37. Use Ryan Gazaniga, use Ali Kelly. Well, that's a confusing question. Shing, if you have Ryan or Gazaniga, I would suggest you to use Gazzaniga, I think they'll keep a clean sheet this game week yet again. And if you have Ali or and you have to choose between Kelly and Ali, choose Ali. Next question is, do we double up on Sun and Ali if we can? If you can, if you want to, you can. I would suggest you to double up on them after game week 18. But if you want to do it right away, you can do it right away. The only reason I'm suggesting that is after game week 18, they have a good run of fixtures. They face Brighton, I think, and then they face Norwich or Southampton. So yeah, Norwich and then Southampton. So that's perfectly fine if you want to double up them on them after game week 18. Next question is De Bruyne and Perez out for Ali and David Silva. Maybe hold on to De Bruyne if you can. If you cannot, then Perez out surely. But if you do not have the budget to upgrade Perez, then you can make the move for Ali and David Silva. Next question is Zaha or Grealish. I think if you want to pick someone, if you want to buy someone at this moment, it has to be Grealish. Keep Jimenez if you can upgrade him. As I said before in the live stream, I've said it several times. If you can upgrade him, try upgrading him to Rashford. If you cannot upgrade him, hold on to him. Best Spurs double up Son and Ali. If you ask, in my opinion, the best double up from Spurs is Son and Kane, because Kane is going to take free kicks, Kane is going to take penalties. He's there in the box, he's a threat, he's always been a threat, and it's December. Everyone who's been playing FPL for a while knows that Kane scores a hell lot of goals in December. So I think he's going to continue that trend. So if you want to double up, the best double up for Spurs is Son and Kane. Okay, guys, that's it from this stream. I think I've answered all of your questions on Instagram and on YouTube. So if you still have questions, drop it down on the next Q&A, and we'll be answering that just before the deadline. Okay, we have a last question by Yajad. Yajad, best time to use bench boost is during a double game week where you have a strong bench, where you get maximum points from your bench too and from your players too. Although if you feel your bench is too strong and your bench will perform, you can use bench boost in accordance to win your league whenever you require to it. There's no formula to use a bench boost, but it is most preferred when you use it in a double game week. So guys, that's it. That was the last question. This is FPL Tips signing off. See you in the next live stream.